Hi, Coach Kim. Can you please
Mhm.
introduce yourself? And thank you very much for accepting me for interviewing you today.
Sure. My name's Kim Kearney. I'm the head coach of the women's bowling team here at North Carolina A&T.
Um, can you tell us a little bit of how COVID affected bowling season? Ended it short in March?
Yeah. So obviously, we all were a little bit struck by the sudden, I guess, change of our season. We were on the verge of going to a tournament. We were due to leave that morning, and we decided as a coaching staff to. We just weren't comfortable. We weren't sure what was happening, so we decided to stay home. And by midday that day, everything had been canceled. That was certainly when the NBA started to cancel, and then shortly after that, the NCAA basketball tournament started to wind down.
What was happening back then? How much has it affected this upcoming bowling season for the 2020-2021 period?
In a large way. It's just sort of a big question mark. We're not sure really where winter sports stand in terms of the NCAA, and so as of now, we've we're under the impression that we can compete this fall, and that our spring schedule will hold. We, as a coaching staff, aren't especially comfortable traveling the country with our team, so we decided to um, keep our competitions in a very limited basis. We're going to do some scrimmages. We're going to train as normal. When the start of our season begins, we're going to practice as normal, but at the same time, we won't be getting on a plane going to New Orleans and going to Houston. We're going to stick close to home and just sort of wait until we're very sure that everybody's safe. The other piece to that is that we don't have every member of our team on campus. It's affected some of my players, international players, from getting here to the States and starting their collegiate career. We have some kids that have some health concerns and just simply just are concerned about their well-being and if that chose to stay home. So yeah, it's made it difficult, but in the end, we want to honor their concerns and certainly make sure that everybody is staying safe and healthy.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time and thank you for choosing safety first.
Thank you for having me.
So my name is Cameron Stromick, and I am a senior criminal justice student.
How is it different, from being a regular student to a student athlete? A little insight on that.
So the way I got introduced to it is my sister was on the team from 2012 to 2016, I believe, and when I was younger, I always wanted to follow in her footsteps and do what she does. And then when I was ready to start looking at colleges, it was known to me that Coach Kim Terrell Kearney was going to be the head coach at A&T, and just her background and experience and knowledge of the sport and just like how she is as a human being is really what drove me to go to A&T, and the fact that it's only 45 minutes from Durham, which is where I live. So that's really how I got into the team. But I would say the difference between a regular student and a student athlete is pretty big when it comes to the way you have to manage your schedule and just how busy you are a lot of the time, because you have workouts early in the morning and then you have your class all day, then practice in the afternoon, and then when you're a freshman you also have to worry about study hall. So you just really have to be good at managing your time, but it's definitely worth it.
So, this is different times, uncertain times. Every day we don't know what's going to happen. How has that affected you as a student athlete now that the school has opened back again?
Well, for me, the whole coronavirus situation kind of left me back at home for this semester. So I decided to stay in Durham, and then hopefully I'll be able to return back to campus in January. But I just felt like staying home was probably the safer and smarter option, just to give the time for the school to prepare and just ensure my safety as well as everybody else that I would be in contact with. And it also ended up saving money as far as like not having to pay for the dorm and the meal plan and everything, especially when literally all of my classes are online. So I just felt like it was the smarter thing to do. However, it does make a change like with my team dynamic because I'm not able to practice with the players that are on campus, and the only way I really have to interacting with them is through Zoom or texting and phone calls. So that is a downside, but I have high hopes that we'll be back to whatever the new normal will be come January.